May is always an exciting time for synth nerds like myself, with SuperBooth bringing the promise of exciting new releases. And today, on the opening day of the show, Moog came out of the gate swinging and announced their brand new Moog Messenger, an exciting new twist on some of their iconic analog mono-synth designs that blends tradition and modernity by taking classic beloved Moog circuits and upgrading them with innovative circuits to expand their sonic range. In this video, we're going to take a quick tour of all the features of this new Moog synth, but first, let's hear it in action. What I really like about the Messenger is that it features an architecture that at first glance is fairly traditional, but it also puts a new twist on some of the key components, greatly expanding the sonic range we'd expect from an analog mono-synth. You can really feel that the Messenger builds on the DNA of some of its predecessors, like the legendary Minimoog Model D, the Voyager, and more recent units like the Grandmother, but as you'll see, it brings its fair share of innovations. Let's take a quick tour of the Messenger's front panel to see what's where, and then we'll take a closer look at each of the modules individually. The Messenger has 32 semi-weighted full-size velocity-sensitive keys with aftertouch for expressive control, a spring-loaded pitch wheel, and a classic mud wheel. For sound generation, the synth features two continuously variable shape VCOs with unique hybrid wavefolders, sync and FM capabilities, and a third continuously variable shape sub-oscillator for bass support, which can all be blended to taste along with the noise generator in the mixer. The Messenger is also equipped with Moog's legendary transistor ladder filter, reimagined from the ground up with multiple filter slopes and true multimode, as well as added bass compensation to the resonance control to preserve the low end when the resonance is increased. Next up are the Messenger's filter and amp envelopes, both with velocity responsiveness, looping, and multi-trick capabilities, and all the way to the right, the master output knob. The Messenger features two LFOs. LFO1 in the top left is a multi-shape LFO with independent modulation buses for pulse width modulation, dynamic wave folding, filter FM, and other assignable destinations. And LFO2 is a triangle LFO tied to the mud wheel and assignable to pitch, filter cutoff, and amp modulation. The Messenger's very hands-on front panel is an open invitation to create your own sounds, but the synth can also save and recall up to 256 presets organized in 16 banks. These can be accessed using the bank and patch buttons, and then the row of multi-function buttons above the keyboard, and the unit comes with 240 factory presets to get you started. This row of buttons can also be used to control different parameters of the Messenger's powerful and quite fun generative sequencer and arpeggiator. As mentioned earlier, the Messenger features two VCOs and one sub-oscillator that can be blended together in the mixer section. The two main VCOs can be shifted over 4 octaves and fine-tuned using the tune knob for oscillator 1 and the oscillator frequency knob for VCO 2. These VCOs can be set to play a pulse wave with variable pulse width, a sawtooth, and a triangle wave, and moving the knob left past that point will start folding the triangle wave over itself, resulting in the creation of new harmonics and a form of distortion that is not the result of overdrive. VCO 1 and 2 can be set independently or synced, and the sub-oscillator's pitch is tied to VCO 1, but like VCO 1 and 2, the sub-oscillator is multi-shaped, so you'll have different flavors at your disposal for bass support. Now, so far, nothing really out of the ordinary, but this is also where things get pretty cool and interesting. All the VCOs, including the sub-oscillator, feature continuously varying wave shapes, and you can use that to create compelling and rich sounds and textures. The oscillators also offer powerful FM capabilities with 4 independent mod destination buses, and again, ways to vary the wave shape of VCO2 and the sub-oscillator independently from VCO1 with a filter envelope, opening the door for some really interesting signal shaping. And for grid and texture, don't forget to mix in a little noise. The Messenger also brings back a legendary Moog component, the Moog ladder filter, but reinvented and augmented. The Messenger's ladder filter retains the iconic sound quality of the original, both in terms of warmth and grit, but with 2 significant upgrades. For the first time in Moog's history, this ladder filter features a unique pole mixing design for 4-pole low-pass, 2-pole low-pass, band-pass, and high-pass responses. The Messenger's filter also features resonance bass compensation. Now, I don't have to tell you that the trade-off of increasing the resonance to push a traditional ladder filter to self-oscillation is an audible loss in the low end. But the Messenger's filter features a res bass mode that boosts the low end to compensate for the resonance increased induced bass loss. The filter also features a more traditional EG amount knob, keyboard tracking, a cutoff mix knob for VCO2, and a feedback external in knob that lets you either feedback a portion of the filter signal to itself for more harmonics and drive, or process external audio through the Messenger's input in the back of the unit. The Messengers is also equipped with dual looping envelopes with velocity control and multi-trick functionality to easily adapt the triggering behavior of the envelopes based on your playing and help you shape all types of sounds, including analog drums. Let's finish this tour with a quick overview of the Messenger's really cool sequencer and arpeggiator. The synth can save up to 256 sequences of up to 64 steps and transpose them across the whole keyboard, but it can also bring life to the sequences when using the Messenger's probabilistic generative behavior function to affect the sequence randomly by changing notes or gate length or probability, for instance. The Arpeggiator also offers a complete set of tools to perform cool rhythmic and melodic patterns over multiple octaves with easy and intuitive controls to help boost or supplement the creative process. I know some of you are going to ask, so let me conclude with a quick show and tell of the back of the unit and the connectors. The Messenger is equipped with a USB Type-C port for MIDI over USB and potential firmware updates, but it also has 5-pin MIDI in and out connectors, as well as a CV and gate in and out patch point for integration with modular setups, and also a clock in and out. The unit also has connector for expression and sustain pedals, headphone and audio outputs, and an audio input to process external audio through the Messenger's filter. And with this, we come to the end of this brief overview of the Moog Messenger, and I'm really excited about this one. It's really cool to see Moog bring back the sound and DNA of the brand's classic analog mono-synths that are the stuff of dreams into a new, and let's be honest, more affordable unit. The Messenger truly delivers in terms of sound, versatility, and functionality, but it also is compact enough to be easily carried to a gig or recording session without breaking your back, which I know is a big one for a lot of you guys out there. So let me know your thoughts about the Moog Messenger below in the comments, and until next time, this was Gabe for the B&H Pro YouTube channel, where sounds matter.